Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Sadlier School Live. I am Camberly Woods. I'm the host of the show, and today I'm coming to you live from my living room because we were having computer issues. But I am so excited for today's guest because today I am bringing on the wonderful and talented Dr. Matthew Beyranevand, and I think I finally nailed your name.
Actually, I think you did. That was the first time. So congratulations on that. Big hurdle.
Thank you. So today I'm so excited to have Matthew here with us. He is a math genius, in my opinion. He is a K-12 math coordinator for his district. He is the author behind Math with Matthew. And he's also done several professional development series for us here on Sadlier School. And one of them is actually taking place next week. So if you are wanting some professional development or some connection with other educators, join us next Tuesday, March 31st and Wednesday, April 1st for our wonderful math class. And it's going to be on, what was the topic again, Matthew?
Yeah, so it's a two-part math series, as you said, next Tuesday and Wednesday. The first one is answering the question, why are we learn math? Or answering the question that students say, when are we ever going to use this? And then the second part of it is a little bit tailored more towards for administrators or people that don't necessarily understand what a good math lesson looks like. And that's going to be on observing and understanding a strong math lesson when you're in the K-8 math classrooms.
Awesome. I am dropping links to the registration page for people into the chats on Zoom. I'm also going to drop it here in a second on Facebook Live for those of you who are watching us over there. So you guys can click that and access that. And if you're joining us today, let us know in the comments so we don't feel like we're just talking to no one. Let us know your name, where you're from. If you have been to any of Dr. Matthew's past presentations, we'd love to hear that as well. And I'm going to have him dive into today's topic. And today's topic is, I guess it's more about how do we find this new balance between being the at-home caregiver and school teacher for our kids, while at the same time balancing our work life at the same time with, you know, a totally different shift in our work too, because now a lot of us have had to move more to online work overnight, and we're learning all these new tech tools and ways to connect and do our work virtually. So Matthew, I'm going to let you take it away and give us some of your tips, and I'll just interject as I have questions and stuff.
Excellent. So what we are dealing with here is an unprecedented situation that nobody could have prepared for in the role of being a parent, and now really being not only a parent, but you are being the teacher. Schools are really working fast to move to an online model to be able to support kids and where they are in the curriculum. But we, as parents, are now really the person running the show for education. And like I've heard from many of my friends and colleagues, it's not an easy transition, both from the aspect of how do we help our kids learn and how do we organize it. So what I want to share with you today is a few different suggestions of what you can do to organize this new beginning that we have of learning from home in the online format, so it benefits both you, the parent, as well as your children. And the first thing that I think you need to do is come up with a structured plan. You might think that you're being the cool parent, if you will, by saying, well, we'll just kind of figure it out on a day-to-day basis. That approach might work for day one, maybe for day two, but that is not a long-term situation that will work for weeks and or possibly months. So for every weekday, you want to have a structured plan. When is the learning going to take place? When are the meals? When are the breaks? When are there opportunities for the socialization where they can talk to their friends? And that's a very important thing as well. And a fun activity that you can do with your family is come up with a plan together. And some of us might want to be a little more structured than others, but I think every hour we need to have something on our plan for the day as to what exactly we're doing. It's 8 a.m., we start with the breakfast. 9 o'clock, we're going to do a little bit of our virtual learning for, let's call it humanities or literacy. 10 o'clock, we take ourselves a break and you can use a little technology or watch a TV show. 11 o'clock, we come back on task with some STEM learning for the next hour. 12 o'clock is lunch, et cetera, et cetera. So a plan like this that is structured provides what students and children really yearn for, which is some sort of a plan. And creating that plan leads to success for everybody in the family.
I love it. And I think this is one of the issues I'm having is I don't have a plan in place. So I can't visually see like, where's my time being allocated? And it makes me feel anxious inside because I'm like, well, did I give too much time to my work today and not enough time to being the caregiver and the teacher that I need to be for my kids? So I love that. Thank you.
Yes, and with so many parents not only having to care for their children and they have to focus on their education plan, but also many, if not most, are working from home as well. So how do you balance that with your work that you need to do, because that's your responsibility as well? And again, when you set up a plan for the children, it's important that they know the plan for you as the adults and the parents, that these particular times, this is when mommy or daddy or whomever is going to be on a call or going to be working, and this is where you're doing your independent time. Please only come in if it's going to be an emergency, not because you want to get some more crackers or you're bored or whatever the case might be. So setting a family daily schedule, I think, is so important. And that schedule should be basically the same during the week, during the weekdays. But we should shift to a different sort of a plan on the weekend. We really want to try to differentiate weekdays from weekends like we would in a typical school year, where we would not have as much of the structure about how much learning we're going to do. But considering there are no soccer games or baseball games going on now and no dance competitions, we still need to have structure on the weekends. There might be more time allowed for TV and for technology, but we still want to make sure we have a plan that everybody knows and everybody's on board with, so we don't start pulling our hair out and become frustrated with each other.
Yep. And I agree with that. I have to keep having some plans in place for my kids because I know that they're going to ask daily, like, can I go play with a friend? Can I go see a cousin? And it's like, no, we can't do that right now. But here's another fun thing that we could do and an experience we could create together, and just kind of shifting that focus some too.
Yeah, and I think that it's really important for everybody to do the social distancing, no question, but yet we still have to have opportunities to socialize with our peers. And that's where the power of technology comes in that we might not have had 20 years ago. So they still need an opportunity. Even my own first grader, who's 6, 7 years old, he needs time to be able to just chit chat with his friends or play a game of Uno with one of his classmates on there, because they need that, because the mental health of everybody needs to be able to be talked about and identified. And one of the best ways to be able to promote mental health in the home is to still have these socialization opportunities, even when you're quarantined or you are self-selecting to stay in your house.
Yep. I want to ask people in the audience, do any of you guys have any good tips for things that you've incorporated into your schedule now or into your planning of the week that you feel's really helped you, you know, from a mental and emotional standpoint, as well as from the standpoint of it helped you feel productive and like you got things done at the same time? And we have Jeff Todd on. Hello, Jeff, who is our wonderful writer over on the math blog. And he says, I love this. Matthew knows what he's talking about. And Linda from New York, Central New York, dropped in. She's a first timer. She's here, said hello. So hello, Linda, to you as well. And we have Mercy. Mercy, it's lovely to have you. So I just wanted to say hi to all of you out there who said hi to us.
Well, I think it's really great, Cam, that you and the folks at Sadlier are setting this up, because I really feel like parents need some sort of suggestions and guidance. And what's nice about these Facebook chats that you're going to be doing every weekday is that you have general topics like what we're doing today. And then we're also going to be diving into some specific things. I'll be handling the mathematics and the STEM. And then you have a wonderful teacher who's handling the humanities, in particular the English, so that there's going to be a variety of different topics and ideas and supports. And we're only doing it, it's only 10 or 15 minutes out of your schedule, but hopefully we're giving you some practical tips to help support you as you're going through uncharted waters.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Mercy is also saying, I'm using the Calm app to meditate for a few minutes every day. I love that, Mercy. I could use that right now.
The Calm app, I use that. I do a little meditation every first thing in the morning and last thing before bed. I think it helps me center myself and focus when I begin my day, and then also to prevent my mind going crazy when I go into bed at night. I also do a little bit of meditation. So I think that's a great thing, and it's something that you could do as a full family.
Yep. Yep. That's great. Okay, great. Did you have anything else to share with us today, Matthew?
Well, I just wanted to emphasize what you talked about in the beginning for those people that weren't on, is that I am going to be running a 2-part master class next week, next Tuesday
Yes.
and Wednesday afternoon. And it's primarily meant for educators as well as building leaders, but also parents can join in. Really, we want anybody to join in, as we're going to be talking about why we learn math and how we can answer that question, when am I ever going to use this? And then being able to identify the components of a strong math lesson and what we're looking for from both the perspective of teachers as well as students. And you mentioned that Dr. Jeff Todd is online here for this little talk.
Yes.
He created some awesome downloadables that you'll be able to get everything for free, both if you're looking at it from an aspect that you're a teacher or you're a parent acting as a teacher for the next possible month or 2 months.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. It was such a joy to see you today. And I'm going to be back on here with you tomorrow. We have another great topic coming to all of you guys. So join us tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. That's 12 o'clock Pacific for the people on the West Coast like me. And I look forward to it.
All right. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.